Join us for a basic cooking session where we will show you in hopefully under an hour how to make 5 amazing fast dishes with your Thermomix. And for that, you'll be visiting 4 different kitchens. And in the next hour or so, we will show you how you can make healthy, quick, and delicious dishes for your family, especially now that we're all stuck at home. We'll show you how to save money and save time. We'll show you how you can be the kitchen champion, and we'll show you how to have a lot of fun cooking with your family. So thank you for joining us. My name is Taina with Taina Mix, TAINAMIX.com. And with me, and I'm so grateful to have 3 of my team members with me, representing 3 different countries. So I represent Germany, of course, that's where I'm from. So we have Gwen. Gwen, can you say hi?
Hi everyone, representing Australia, Aussie. Oi.
And she has used the Thermomix for quite a long time, already back in Australia. So she is an expert in the field. We have Tiffany as well. Tiffany, can you say hi?
Hi everyone, I'm representing Taiwan.
Ooh, and she's gonna prepare some MANTOU buns for us. And I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but she'll tell us all about it. And third is Roslaine.
Hello, I'm representing Brazil.
Last time she made us a caipirinha.
Yes, well, and you didn't come. I need to drink all the caipirinha by myself. Oh my God, I was.
You have to pour it from your balcony.
Yeah.
Great. So I'm so thrilled to have you all here. And we're going to do 5 different dishes for you. We're going to do a detox water, basil pesto, berry dream, steamed mantou buns, and an Asian style rice. The Asian style rice is a aroma dish, and since it takes the longest time, I'll get started. And please, if you have any questions, be it on Facebook or be it on Zoom, post it in the comments, and either my son will scream the question in my ear, or one of our 3 other members will respond to you. So we get started with the Asian style rice, and I would love to hear from everybody who's on the chat, who has a Thermomix and who is just curious. I want to see how familiar you are with the Thermomix. So if you could leave just that in the chat, that would be great. And maybe Gwen, you could monitor and let us know what the feedback is. My first recipe is the Asian style rice, and it's a great 3-layer dish. So to get to my recipe, I added it to my weekly plan. So it's wonderful. The Cookidoo is our recipe platform, and with Cookidoo, or Cookidoo as they say in Europe, Cookidoo as they say in the US, you're able to plan your meals, to select ingredients, and I'll be able to show it to you a little later. Roslaine, could you go on mute, please?
Yes.
We hear you swallowing water.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so the Asian style rice, we're going to start cooking, and then all we need to do is follow the instructions. So the first step is adding 1 ounce of light sesame oil or 1 ounce of peanut oil. I hope you're seeing the scale. The scale is minus because I just took some ingredients off. So I'll tare it. My son is peeking. I'll tare it to 0, and then I'll weigh in the sesame oil. The sesame oil is such a great addition to your cuisine. It gives everything that beautiful Asian flavor. And then we are adding 3.5 ounces of onion. This is the biggest you will ever have to chop onions. So who's excited about never cutting an onion again in your life? Me? Before the Thermomix, I bought my onions chopped and frozen at Trader Joe's. Now I buy them at Costco. So that basically shows you my journey from cooking 0 to cooking hero. And if I can do it, anybody can. Now the measuring cup. And this is the new measuring cup, and we'll put that into the mixing bowl lid. And for 3 seconds, turn speed selector to speed 5. And it's a green highlighted area that will automatically stop. If you turn the speed selector, if you want to go faster, you can do that also. So 3 seconds chopping onions. So not bad for 3 seconds. What do you think? Can you smell the sesame oil? It's not that powerful. So next we're adding 5.5 ounces of carrots. Just drop, oops. Well, this is going to be 5 ounces now. Not enough, okay. And we'll chop that for 2 seconds. Now 2 seconds is usually not enough time to really get the carrots them small. So I can already add a couple of seconds, and I'll do that. I'll do it 4 seconds, and I'll also turn the speed up just a little bit. 4.5 for 4 seconds. Always takes a little bit until it releases. So these are now the chopped carrots and the onions. And now my spatula, I use the spatula just to scrape it down. And next is the bacon. So it asks for cubed bacon, but I just did slices because the Thermomix can just slice it up. And so you can always add a manual step if you like, just by going to the house or the home button, and you add the time. Let's do 5 seconds, speed 5. 5 seconds, speed 5 is a good rule of thumb also to chop your onions, for example. Oh, speed 10. And now to get back to the recipe, just click the little bookmark. So you can always add an additional step if you like. Let's see how chopped that is. Perfect. And now we're adding 1 ounce of soy sauce. You can add a little more if you like. You can also make this a lot more because this is going to be the base for our Asian style rice. And we'll cook this. Oh, the sugar, optional. We're just adding it. And now without the measuring cup. So the new measuring cup I love because it snaps in. So it stays in, but of course you can take it out. Of course it has the features of emulsifying as well. And it's not as loud as the clear one. So it perfectly fits the TM5 and TM6. And now without measuring cup, 7 minutes at 250 Fahrenheit. Due to the fact that it's Fahrenheit, you can see that it's a US recipe. Otherwise it would show Celsius. And speed, wooden spatula. And you can see here that it has a little reverse arrow. That means that the blade is going counterclockwise. That means it's just stirring. It's not chopping. So while I do that, I go on mute and we'll head over to Tiffany. Tiffany, are you ready to do your mantou bun kneading for us?
Yes, I'm ready. Hello, everyone. This is Tiffany. I'm going to make mantou with a steamed bun. It's a very iconic dish in Asia countries. And then in Taiwan, my dad, he would have them 2 to 3 times per week as breakfast. So that's get cooking in our Thermomix to show you how powerful our kneading function is. First, I pull out my recipe, and then let's start cooking. First, you want me to put on 20 grams of sugar. So The sugar I use is a beet sugar. I think I introduced that before. It's a nature sweetener. And then because it's somehow healthier, so I use that a lot. It's a beet sugar. And then let's go to next step. It needs a half spoon of yeast. I'm going to do that right now. Here's my yeast. And then it needs 130 grams of water. Here's my water. I pre-measure it. And then it actually should close the lid and then the measuring cup. I'm going to use the new one. It reduces noise as well. It will take about a minute to warm up the water so the yeast will dissolve so that it activates. And then now, to speak one as instructed, it will take about a minute. So in Thermomix, the kneading function is really well. Making a mantou, the dough, it's only taking you less than 3 minutes. In traditional kneading machine, it might take about 10 to 15 minutes to knead dough like this. And then in Thermomix, it's really fast. Other than that, the mantou can create a lot of different variety if you want to add a different ingredient in there. Take me, for example, sometimes I will substitute the sugar from white sugar to brown sugar. Then it will give you different taste. Or you can add some dry ingredients such as dry berries or some nuts. And then sometimes I will substitute the water with a milk. It will give you different flavor, and then the nutrition is there for the kids. And also, you might wonder, what is a mantou taste like? Oh, okay, that was quick. I will talk about that more. Let me add it. My next ingredient, which is oil. It needs 5 grams of oil. And then 250 grams of all-purpose flour. For the flour, if you like a softer texture, you can always put some of cake flour in there. Don't substitute all of it. Maybe just portion of it. I would say probably like 20 grams to 30 grams. It will soften the texture of it. And then salt. Here we go. We're going to do the kneading. It will take about 3 minutes, and then the kneading function, all you need to do is just turn it, and then it will going to knead it. First, it wants the ingredient to be fully incorporated, so it wants us to take a 30 seconds to gradually use the speed from 3 to 6 to first incorporate the whole ingredient. So I'm going to do that right now. Gradually increase to 6.
So Tiffany, is it kneading right now? It's hard to see.
Okay, it just incorporate the ingredient right now. Taina, did you just say something?
Is it already kneading?
No, not yet. You just incorporate the ingredient first. Right now it's going to take 2 minutes for the kneading. And then for the kneading, it might make some noise. And then watch out for your machine because it's so powerful. It mimics the way that we're kneading a traditional dough. It hit on the table. So it's normal that your machine might be shaken a little bit. It will take a good 2 minutes. And then the blade inside there does something that you know. The blade inside there is turning clockwise 4 times and then counterclockwise 1 time for the rotation to make the dough really elastic and then the end product really. And for mantou, how popular that is much more like you are having a McDonald's McMuffin, that sort of thing. It's a very popular dish in Asian countries. And then so we make them a lot. Other than that, because it requires steam, so sometimes I will make a soy milk along with this dish because soy milk you need to boil it and then steam it. So I just turn the temperature all the way to the aroma. At the time when it's boiling the soy milk, I can steam my mantou at the same time. But just letting you know, the mantou, it will need time to proof it. So it takes about 30 to 40 minutes for proofing, and I will introduce you to the technique that I use to proof the mantou. So.
Great, Tiffany. So while it's kneading, I love that you mentioned the soy milk. I saw that recipe as well. Thought, oh, how cool. You can cook your soy milk and steam the mantou buns at the same time. So make it easier. While the dough is kneading, we're going to go over to Gwen for a detox or flat belly drink.
It's actually done in last 10 seconds. Can I continue to that and then I will let it proof and then we'll turn over to Gwen.
Okay, sounds good.
So it's done right now. And then the way we take out the dough, it's actually you reverse the bowl upside down. Use your hand to turn your blade, wiggle it a little bit, and then it will drop. Like this. And then sometimes there will be a little bit inside your bowl.
Awesome.
This is the trick I use. I just put them back, and then I use the turbo function we have just in 1 second. You will see. Okay.
And you just fling it out to the walls. Perfect. This also works for other dishes. The one thing you need to be careful of is do not do it while the butterfly is on the blade because then it will just be chopped up.
Yeah, so you will see the dough, it was stuck in the center, but right now it's all over it. And then what I do is I always take the piece of the dough and then I just like stick them out, clean out the bowl. And then now we will need to knead the dough. And then I'm talking about the proofing thing. What I do a lot is when I am kneading the dough, I will put a bowl of water inside here. Again, use our viewing function for the cooking, the keto function. So, and then just gently kneading the dough to form a bowl.
Kneading.
Very gentle kneading it. And then kneading like a bowl, like this. The best thing is to let it rest about 10 minutes. and then cut them into the desired size and put on the aroma tray. But because of the time limit, so I'm going to just do it right now. Cut them into 2 portions, and then I will just roll them into about 10-inch long. And then I use my finger as measurement, 2-finger measurement, and then I'll cut them up. Use that, or you can use your magic wand. My kids call it magic wand. Very convenient. And then use 2-finger, just cut them. And then we'll have our tray ready. And there are 2 ways to steam it. You can either put some, grease some oil on top of the tray and then lay it up and then steam it. Or you can have a piece of parchment paper, crumble it like a ball, and then dip into the water. Then your parchment paper will change its texture. It's going to be much, much more softer, and then it will allow the steam to come out much better. And I always cut a hole in the center because when we steam it, there is sometimes the water will drip down and then it will allow the water to escape. So I just put it up and then put the mantou that I just cut up to lay them. Remember, you need space, 2-finger space each. And you will need to let it proof. So by the time we're talking, the water is almost reached the degree of 100. And then just dump out the water like this in a bowl. And I put it underneath the aroma tray. So it will create environment to proofing much faster. Of course, you can use your Thermomix to proof it as well, but a lot of time I'm still cooking other dish. So I just use this tray to proof it like this, and then I'll pop the lid up for about 30 to 40 minutes. Then you can steam it, and then I pre-made one that I can show you. When you just cut it, the edge is going to be really sharp. And you can see the difference of the bun that I make. That's one is after proofing, one
Very
is
cool.
just done with that. And then after it's proofing, like twice of the size, you can just put it in here for aroma for 25 minutes. Then you will have your mantou.
Awesome. I learned so much. Thank you, Tiffany. Very cool. And we'll come back to you when you steam the mantou buns, or if you want, you can do it right now, and you can.
Yes, I'm going to steam it right now, and then I will show everybody the end product by the end of the session.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Next, we'll have our detox water with Gwen. Gwen, thank you.
That looks great, Tiffany. Thank you. I learned a lot too, Taina. So I don't know about you, but I think it's time to get a little detox water in our lives. And I'm just going to simply put this through for us. It's a really simple dish. Detoxing obviously helps with to release our toxins and encourages us to drink a lot of water. So that's what we'll be doing today. 1 grapefruit with the flesh only, and make sure that the pith's removed. Especially with the grapefruit, it's a lot of white when you're peeling that. So in goes 1 grapefruit. And then I just press next so I don't have to remember what I have to do. 1 orange, same thing. And by the way, you can really use your own things once you know what you want to achieve with your detox. So this is a guide only. 170 grams of cucumber, in it goes. Obviously, this is a UK or Australian recipe because I'm dealing in grams and not in ounces like Taina was before. Next, 30 grams of fresh ginger. I've just peeled that. So in that goes. Ginger is so good for you, as you know. And mint leaves. Yum. Okay, I'm going to insert the lid. All right, and now it wants me to do that turbo speed. That was the turbo that Tiffany used to get rid of the flour from the blades, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to press the selector one time, and it's got it set for me for 2 seconds. So it's going to give it quite a decent turbo. She lies. Oops. Second time lucky. Next. Okay, I'm going to add my water. Which I wanted to show you what a bit of turboing does. So it's just zoomed up and I can smell, I'm just showing my Instagram live if anyone's there. Yeah, it's zoomed up and I can smell that ginger. It's so beautiful, so fragrant. I'm going to add 20 grams of water. Careful to tear it because obviously I pressed next before I teared it. So in goes the water. Yeah, that's close enough. It was measured right before. Okay, I'm going to pop the cup back in to the lid. And then it's going to mix it and speed through for 10 seconds. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And I'll have some detox water for a little while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this steep for 20 minutes. So I'm going to pop it into another thermo jug, cut it back to you, I think, Roslaine, and then I'll come back and show you draining the detox water, and I'm going to make some basil pesto.
Thank you. That sounds delicious. Roslaine?
Okay, are you ready?
We are ready for you.
I will show you. Okay, it's berry dream, but you can use any kind of frozen fruit. With pineapple, with mango, everything is really good. We start pulverizing the sugar. I have like Gwen in grams here. I can put here 140 grams of sugar. And now we just turn to pulverize here for 15 seconds. And we will see what will happen. One day a lady asked me, is burning the machine? I said, no, it's just the sugar. You can see here inside how beautiful.
And
now
here's
we
a
go.
quick tip. You can also add other things to the sugar, like basil,
Oh,
mint,
yes.
lemon zest, vanilla. So just 1 vanilla bean and 4 ounces of sugar. Let that like steep for a few hours, and then boom, you have vanilla sugar.
Yeah. They say berry dreams, but today I will use the strawberry. And we can put here 500 grams. We'll make a big noise now because it's really frozen. And we add between 10 and 30 grams of lemon juice, and the taste will be amazing. We have the like egg whites, no Taina, no white egg. 2 we put here together. And I will help with the spatula. Because the strawberry is very, very frozen, I need to help them to go down. And now we go the speed.
Whenever the Thermomix is making noise, we're making a dance party.
You can dance. Ten more seconds.
Now I can show you. You can eat like a sorbet.
That's the perfect sorbet.
Yes. And now I need to use this.
That cost in a restaurant? Like natural,
Oh, yes.
organic sorbet. I mean, just make the math how much that would be to purchase.
I just add the spatula inside, and now you put air inside the ice cream. And
the butterfly whisk, not the spatula.
Yes, the butterfly. Oh yes, of course. Oh my God. And it's very important. Like Tyler said, don't go too fast because you can chop the butterfly.
I learned from the net the other week, speed 4 and no more.
Yes.
So it's now whipping it up for about 3 minutes.
We are adding air inside for 3 minutes, and I have 2 minutes and 30 seconds more. And it's a magic because all the kids, they love. Like my granddaughter, when she comes here, she say that she wants to eat ice cream. And I ask her, which kind of ice cream? And she said, clean.
And somebody's just asking where the butterfly went, and it just sits on top of the blade. So this is the bowl right here. This is the butterfly, and it just sits on top, and it turns with a knife. So it's really easy to take it in and to take it out again. So you don't need an extra bowl or other blades.
140.
So what I can do maybe in the meantime,
yes, you can go. Yeah.
My onion, carrot, bacon, soy sauce, sesame oil mixture has been sauteed for 7 minutes, and I have set it to the side, and it's already smelling beautiful. So that's going to be our sauce for the Asian style rice. And I have already prepared the varoma tray with a parchment paper that I cut to shape. And I cut it so that the vents here on the side remain open. And I just made one template. I fold parchment paper, and then I do one template. I make that fitting to the Thermomix. And whenever I need a new one, I just fold a new piece of parchment and I cut it. So I always keep this or one of them as my master. And then even wetting it and putting it on, it will stay even better. So this is how you prepare your tray, because eggs are going to be on here and you don't want them to drip through. Roslaine, how far are we?
20 seconds, almost.
Okay, so dancing?
Yes. And please, you need to come here to enjoy the ice cream with because it's a lot of ice cream, you know.
I know. I always bring it to my neighbors because my kids
Yes.
are like, "Very Dream again? No thanks."
Yeah.
They've already had it now for 4 years.
And now is the magic. Are you ready to see? Oh, sorry. Look,
Woohoo!
it's not beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And the taste is
one of my
amazing.
friends says it is like eating berry clouds.
Oh yes, the first time that I made this at home, my daughter, she looked and said, "Oh my God, it's amazing." She licked it inside.
This was the first dish that my son made when he was 10. Now he's 14.
Yeah.
And that was the first dish my Thermomix made when it came home, like an hour after we
Oh
unpacked.
yes.
And even though it deflates a little bit because of the air that's built up, it'll still taste amazing a few hours later. It will not be as poofy anymore. But you can also freeze it, and then it's kind of like a fluffy sorbet. Or you can use pineapple and coconut for like a pina colada. You can use peaches. What other fruit have you tried?
It's amazing.
Yeah. Or bananas,
Okay.
frozen bananas. No,
Yeah.
no sugar needed. Ice cream. So,
okay, you can go be next, Taina.
Thank you so much, Roslaine. That looked
Welcome.
awesome. And don't
Always.
touch it yet. We still need to take a picture.
Yes, yes, I don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Great. So my next steps are the steaming. Whisk 4 eggs in a bowl and set it aside. And then I'm adding 1 heaping spoon of vegetable paste. So this is my self-made vegetable paste, and it's using vegetables, salt, and herbs. And this is a great way of getting rid of broccoli stalks or like vegetables that don't look that pretty anymore. So it's perfect to just reuse instead of throw away. And this is also base for a lot of soups, a lot of sauces. So then the simmering basket, I've already pre-weighed the rice in it. It looks little, but it'll be a lot of rice. So the rice is already weighed into it. And now we are adding 43 ounces of water. And that will be mixed with the vegetable paste. And that will basically steam the rice and the vegetables. And what else do I have? The eggs. So now I'll place the varoma in position, and I already pre-weighed my vegetables in it. So these are 14 ounces of vegetables. I used beans, sprouts, and mushrooms. And I used a little cookie cutter in the middle. And that's a little trick to make sure that the steam is actually circulating your food and also cooking the eggs. So that's just a little tip that just always reminds me to just leave a little space. And now I need my lid. So I set the varoma on top. And the vegetables I have already in. I'm setting my varoma tray on the very top. And now I put in the eggs. My first attempt, I poured in the eggs before and then tried to transfer it. That was not a good idea. I learned never to do that again. So you just pour the whisked eggs into the varoma tray on the very top. We secure the varoma lid. And for 20 minutes on speed, on temperature varoma, that's the highest speed. So now I can go and walk the dog, and I'll see you in 20 minutes. In the meantime, Tiffany's gonna start the MANTOU buns for you.
Hello? Can you hear me? Yes? Okay, actually it's steaming right now. It takes another 10 minutes, but I forgot something to show you. When I cut them through, the very end 2 pieces, what I always do is I knead them again and then use my hand to shape it like an oval. And then I snip it one side of it and then make it like a pointy, like this. And then I use my scissors to cut them. And then, if you have sesame seed, you can put them in the front.
So why are you putting them on the parchment paper?
Oh no, because this is I'm going to put on the under bottom the bigger tray, and then the parchment paper will help you from sticking on the tray. If you don't have parchment paper, you can also brush some oil, grease it, the tray. It will do the trick as well.
But then it will have the impressions of the tray. So with the parchment paper, they will be smoother, correct?
That's correct. So it will look like this. And then I'll steam it. Every time I only have one because the two ends. And then only one of my girls will have them. They find it really cute. It's a porcupine bun. So it's easy to make, and then you can try it at home. I'm all done on my part, and then after 10 minutes, I will show you the end result of the mantou bun.
Perfect. And I love the mantou buns. There, for all you Cookidoo users out there, there is a butternut squash soup mantou bun recipe. So you are cooking the soup at the same time you're steaming the buns, and it goes really well together, the two items. So you can steam it with water, with soup, with soy milk. And my son is throwing balls for the dog.
She's being annoying.
She wants to play with us. She wants to be part of the fun. Okay, next we will have Gwen with the detox water and the pesto.
Yeah, I'm back with the detox water. So that's seeped for a while. I am going to pour it into a jug. And here's a little party trick. I've popped the lid on the top of my jug so that if it spills, it goes onto the lid and not all over the bench. Just as well I did that, really. Oh my God. I think we got a little bit carried away. You were here first to see that live. Just covering the PowerPoint to make sure I don't have a, oh, nope. I think that we need to leave me while I get the Thermomix that tripped the power. So Taina, can we go back to you?
We can go back to me, yes.
Well, I mean, just to make my pesto, right? So I will either, yeah, I'll just have to do a little quick live, yes, live, you know.
Worst case scenario, you have a TM5 in the background.
I do, look. But it's on my
Exactly.
Australian plug, so I'll just have to drag you over. So give me a sec. But
And as one customer pointed out, whenever something goes wrong, it's user error. It's
well, I was being a little bit cocky, truth be told, wasn't I? I mean, it was true. I just forgot about this. So let me finish anyway, and then I'll get that sorted out. So obviously that works, but you have to just do it slowly so that all of the stuff doesn't pull over and it has time to actually seep through. What a lovely thing to worry about. So I'm going to take that out and then I'm going to garnish it with some mint leaves and some orange. I didn't have any extra grapefruit and some cucumber.
It looks so pretty.
So it looks pretty, it's good for you. It's not a bad time for us to start thinking about detoxing a little bit more. So perfect. So give me 5 minutes and I will sort out my little user error issue.
Awesome. Just let us know when you're ready again.
Okay.
In the meantime, I wanted to share with you what the mailman literally just brought while we were live. It's my bracelet that Thermomix is now giving out to everybody who is doing their first sale. Well, they just started the program, so all of the consultants earned a bracelet for a sale in April. And anybody out there who might be interested in sharing your passion, sharing your cooking, earning up to $350 for your first customer would also receive this beautiful bracelet. And it says, thanks for your embracing success with Thermomix. So really nice token of their appreciation. And we're all about sharing. So this is the little bracelet, and there's going to be new charms hopefully added in the future. But yeah, even if you just want just a little bit of your investment paid back, then ask us. And it's really easy to take the training, only takes about 2 to 3 hours online. Doesn't cost anything to start, really just your time investment, and then you can help somebody else improve their lives in the kitchen and be turned from a cooking zero to a hero, or improve the kitchen behavior of the wonderful chefs that are out there as well. So while Gwen is fixing her situation, I'm just going to show you real quick Cookidoo. Cookidoo is our recipe platform. And I need to just bring it up. Can you see my screen? Can you see hello Taina, what would you like to cook today? Yes, do I get a confirmation? Okay, perfect. This is Cookidoo, and it welcomes you with your name. And then you can basically just search Cookidoo for recipes. You can search the type of recipe. Let's say you're in the mood for a risotto. You search risotto, and I am signed up in Australia because I was one of the first ones in the US to sign up before Cookidoo was even available in the States. So I signed up for Australia with the fake address. Now, you know, the price is I'm stuck in Australia because I have all of my lists in Australia. Anyways, it doesn't really matter because I can search the entire world, be it from Australia or from the US. And so there's 30 results of risottos found just in Australia alone. But Cookidoo is a worldwide recipe collection. So in order to get to the other countries, you can search filter. You can just search other countries. Oh, hold on. So you can search Czech Republic, Denmark, Germany, Romania, France, Italy, Malaysia, Portugal, Singapore, and there's more and more countries being added. So as it's called risotto, I'm just going to search the United States and the United Kingdom. Let's stick with English. And there is 100 results of risottos. Now you can say, oh, yes, Lisa just mentions if you click the filter for English, it'll all come up. Absolutely. You do not have to choose the countries as well. But for example, I search for English and German because risotto is the same in German, and this way I'm getting all of the results. Filter, we're adding filters here. We can say we want it to be easy. And we can say the preparation time, meaning my time, is 15 minutes. And the total time is I want to eat in 30 minutes. And you can choose ratings if you want, Thermomix version. If you have a TM6, you can cook everything. If you have a TM5, you could just choose TM5 and you would see all recipes for TM31 and TM5. So show 37 results. and choose one recipe that you like. And you can see the ingredients, you can see the preparation. It's in the Painted Green collection. And then you can add it to your week. This way it'll show up in your Thermomix as well. Let's say I want to do this on Saturday. I save this. Or I can add this to my personal collection. So let's say I want to add it to my risottos. And you can save personal collections, or you can also save cookbooks that were created by Thermomix. So here you can just drop it in any collection. And then you can check out my week. So what am I cooking this week? The salmon dill muffins I actually cooked yesterday. And then you can just add, here's the risotto. You add it to your shopping list. And hopefully in the future, we will be able to just send that to the grocer of our choice. So here is all of the shopping list ingredients. You can watch it by recipe, and you can watch it by category, which makes a lot of sense when you're shopping. And then you can just check off items that you have at home and send this list, either have it on your phone or you can share it with somebody else. And all of these tips and many more are on my YouTube channel, Taina Mix. And you see like a 9-minute video that shows you some other tricks as well in how to optimize Cookidoo. Gwen, how are we looking?
Wow, I've come up with an amazing option here. I've got my TM5 going, which is an Australian model. So that's why it's plugged into my transformer, because obviously the power is different in Australia as it is to America. Plus, that's been cut off our circuit, nice and safe in this house. So I don't have, funny story, my son took my TM5 to college instead of my old first TM. And when he got there, he wiped everything, restored it to factory settings, got a temporary subscription on Cookidoo and set himself up. So I can't even load the Basil Pesto recipe on my TM5 that my son has taken away. So all good things happen for a reason. I'm going to show you how to do it manually. And by the way, it's like 2 steps, so it's easy peasy anyway. So Cookidoo, as Taina was saying, she was going through it. I have the app on my iPad, so I'm just going to read it here and do it manually so you can see. I actually was brought up on my Thermi before Cookidoo. So everything that I used to do was all manual. So now we're very spoilt with having everything loaded and just pressing next, but it's really easy to use on your own. And it's also really good to convert your own recipes and do it. Some people think, oh, I don't need that, I'm an excellent cook, you know, I don't need all those recipes and things. Well, apart from having recipes that you haven't tried before, so you have like a library of things to choose from, and also, you know, so you don't get sick of cooking the same thing. It's, you know, it's just really handy for doing that, but you can actually use it as a proper cooking device. So that's what I'm going to do now. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say, Taina, by the way, a client of mine, she loads all of her things. I think I'm yelling, I'm a bit excited. She loads all of her meals that she's going to cook for the week, and then she shares her shopping list with her Instacart person.
Yes, perfect.
So the Instacart person goes off and shops her weekly shop, so she doesn't even have to think about it. It's genius. Okay, I have got 80 grams of Parmesan or thereabouts. I'm going to pop it in. I did not pre-grate it for you because that's one of the wonders of the old Thermi. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to grate it. So I'm going to go 15 seconds at speed 10. So I'm just literally going to enter 15 seconds, 16, and then I'm going to do speed 10. It's going to be loud, but it's only going to be 15 seconds. I probably won't need it that long, although this is really hard Parmesan. I think it's great that you don't have to buy grated Parmesan anymore. You just use your own and buy the fresh block. So let's see how long this lasts.
And it's funny how the sound is being cut out because it's just too loud. So we can just chat in the meantime. A lot of restaurants in Italy supposedly have the Thermomix just to chop Parmesan cheese.
It is perfect for chopping Parmesan, honestly. So look at that. It wasn't even the 15 seconds it said. And it's just like fresh Parmesan.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, isn't it great? But the only thing is, you don't have all that extra SH1T in there to keep it alive. It's, you know, it's nice and fresh. So I am going to keep that there. I'm going to add 30 grams of pine nuts. And this is the beauty. Oh, goodness me. Am I still here? Oh, good. Okay, something's happened in my other screen. 30 grams of pine nuts. Clove of garlic, which I do the paste so that my garlic stays alive. 80 grams of fresh basil. 150 grams of olive oil, so I have to pull the scale.
I love how you say basil, Gwen.
So I've pulled the scales up, I've tared them, and I'm going 150 grams. Thankfully, that's easy to do on the 5 as well. And then some salt, half a teaspoon. Okay, and I'm going to pop this on for 20 seconds. Back home, 20 seconds, speed 7.
It's so funny how it mutes when it does the mixing. Like it knows.
I'm cheating, it's less than that, but I'm getting impatient because I think it's going to be really good. See? I was right.
Yum. I have the pasta waiting.
Oh my God, me too. That's what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. So there we have it. I'm just going to transfer it into a jar, which, let's face it, I should just put it into a bowl, which I will do because we're going to have it tonight and it'll be all gone. Oops, look at me. I'm a mess today. So.
It's your passion breaking through.
I'm getting too excited. I'm getting far too excited. So there's the pesto ready to go. You don't have to buy it in the jar. You just make it fresh. And it's what, 5 minutes? And then that's even with a technical hiccup. By the way, I wanted to show you my detox water. I managed to strain it all very successfully without any added mess. And let's see if I can do this without making a mess.
Oh, I like it.
Have a glass every morning, maybe a couple more during the day, and you'll feel a lot better. So that's me, technical difficulties and all.
Yeah, the only thing we need for cooking really is power. That's the only thing.
A little bit of smart cooking. And who said you don't need more than one Thermomix? I mean,
I love mine. And here's what happened to me today. I turned on my TM6 to do some weighing and it wouldn't turn on. I unplugged it, plugged it back in, wouldn't turn on. So I'm like, oh, darn it. And it never happened. Like the TM6 has always been perfect. And then I thought, oh, darn it. Worst case scenario, I'll have to take my TM5 and do the presentation with the TM5. So I took the bowl out of the TM, or I wanted to measure in the TM5 and it said, wrong bowl inserted. I'm like, oh my God, my husband did the cleaning this morning, God love him, and he doesn't quite know which sticker means which Thermomix. So he just switched the bowls. Well, the TM6 didn't tell me that I had the wrong bowl inserted. So I thought something was wrong. So yes, so that's good to know. So Gwen, when your TM6 doesn't turn on, it may be the bowl. Because unfortunately, they're not interchangeable. I would love for them to be, but they are not.
Yeah.
Okay, so perfect timing. I don't know if you just heard the ring, and we're also at the hour mark. So everything is done. Stick around if you want to see the final product. So we're opening the varoma, and you open it away from you so that you don't get an egg facial. And your varoma lid also is your varoma tray. And I know that many of the Thermomix users out there are not using their varoma, which they should. So our next class session, cooking session, will be all about steaming. We're turning on the speed. So you can use the lid, ooh, and it's hot, to take on here the steamed eggs. And here is the steamed vegetables. And I will put that all together. And then we're taking out the rice. It's nice that everything is finished at the same time, and the rice is taken out with a spatula. Sorry, it's still a bit dirty, but it's all the same ingredients. And so you lift it out, and then you empty it into the bowl with the sauce. And there may be a couple of grains of rice on the top that do not seem fully cooked. As soon as you flip it over, it's all going to be fine. And just take a look at the amount of rice that you get out of the basket. And the nice thing is it's steaming, so all of the starch comes back into the water, doesn't stick in the rice. And talking about the liquid, so this is the broth, and it has all the vegetable juices. I will keep that and turn that into a soup, use it as my broth for the soup. So I'm taking my little cookie cutter out, adding the vegetables. And the egg, I'm cutting with my spatula. So the spatula is used to cut the eggs into little pieces. And I will just add that to the rice and the vegetable mixture. And then you have a beautiful dish, which of course you can keep everything separate. If you have vegans as well, you just serve the egg on the side. If you'd like to steam chicken instead of the egg, just make sure you're adding 5 minutes to the steaming time. You can put tofu on here, shrimp. So every recipe, you can make it your own. And now I'll just pop that in here. And if I'm lucky, I can even reuse my parchment paper, which I shouldn't, has egg on it. And then you mix it all up and you have a wonderful, healthy dish that is delicious. And it's something that is quite difficult to do if you have to do it all on the stove. You can serve it with some more soy sauce, some hot sauce, or any other topping that you like.
And this is a portion for 6 people.
I would even say for 7 to 8.
Yeah.
This feeds so many. Just take a look at this.
Yeah.
Wow, looks gorgeous.
Great. So we're 5 minutes over the hour. We'll blame it on Gwen.
Tiffany,
Totally.
I'm going to show the bun that I just steamed. It's ready.
Nice.
Ooh.
You guys
Looks
see
so good.
And the porcupine that I have here. So this is the one haven't been steamed. It's before quarantine. This is after quarantine. Obviously.
I'll send over the detox water, Tiffany.
Thank you.
That's
And
so
then
funny.
let me show you guys the texture in the center. It's so fluffy and soft. Really good.
It's delicious.
Thank you. I'm all done here.
Awesome. So that was 5 dishes in an hour. Join us again next time when we will add some steam. In a couple of weeks, probably. We didn't really decide on a date yet, but let us know what you would like to see. Any cuisines that you would like to have us cook, any questions you have. I'll send out tomorrow a link to the recording with the recipes that we used, and please contact any of us if you have further questions. If you want to join our community, we would love to have you. We're building a community one recipe at a time. And if you'd like to share the Thermomix, that's even better, because then more and more people learn